Hey guys, my name is Ryan, and welcome to Overwatch Central and another Omen by HP player interview. Today we're talking to Florida Mayhem's Tviq, and warning, there are some crazy theories in here, so definitely take a look. I remember the first talk that we did way back when in the first week, you said that Scatter Arrow should be headshot ability for like his idea of a rework then. What have you done? Because this seems to be even worse. Like, what is Hanzo really bit of a problem now?
Well, I mean, with just a change to the headshots, I mean, then it would just be broken, like equally broken as well. But now he's more of a, instead of just like cooldown and wait, he's more of a more interactive hero where he's just constantly dashing out damage and consistently, which was his biggest problem before. Just consistently always dashing out so much damage with the Storm Arrow and just with the increase in projectile speed, and that has made him as basically like almost a broken hero in a sense. And just basically just going off that, he builds ultimate ridiculously fast. He's just being able to get consistent picks. It's hard to go up against him because he has mobility now as well. He can basically just 1v1 about anyone.
Season 10 for a lot of people has been like dire. You've had a really good patch to play on, surprisingly. Like, do you agree with that? A lot of pros have said that, you got to play a bit of Doomfist today, a bit of Junkrat, a bit of sort of every hero under the sun. Like, is it just Hanzo that's causing those kind of problems? Because you've gone for a really diverse patch that you've been playing on for the Overwatch League, then into Ranked it's a very different story.
I think it's just like the mentality of Ranked basically, and just trying to always play what's the easiest and the most broken at the time. And that's just like a pub mentality basically, just going off that. While in competitive play, as in like league play basically, I would more say it's towards always like trying to find that extra edge, which is playing maybe that hero on this specific point because they have that ultimates and whatnot, and because of that, like, it's more diverse. But I also think this patch that is currently on live with the Hanzo, I think definitely Hanzo is gonna be like almost a must pick. However, I think the second DPS might just be someone who flexes a lot, so it would still be like almost a must pick in a sense, but you would still see some diversity still. But I just definitely think that it's just ranked mentality basically when it comes to adapting or just like moving forward and just being basically stubborn, playing the easiest.
That's what I kind of want to talk about more, because you obviously stream a lot. You're one of those pro players that actively streams. You have a sort of big audience there on Twitch. With you saying about the social stuff, is that the big problem then with like why people may be leaving the game, is just their attitudes in Ranked? Because I think the argument would be like how you guys play in the Overwatch League is how Overwatch is meant to be played. That sort of cooperation, working as a team effort. So, like, is that a problem with Ranked, that people are kind of like out for themselves kind of thing? And do you think that the social features of looking for group endorsements, stuff on the PTR, is that going to help at all, or is that actually going to fix quite a lot in Rank?
I think the endorsements is like a huge step forward and towards making it easier or just more enjoyable for streamers and for just about anyone who's playing the game. I think that's a really good step. I'm not sure about the LFG system because it's not ranked, it's something on the side. Like, it's not ranked, so you don't really get anything from playing it. But like, I mean, I can see what's so fun about like actually like playing LFG like all the time. But instead, why not just 6-stack in ranked instead? Because you kind of like get the same feeling. Because that's what's kind of lacking from a streamer's perspective and from just like a solo queuer basically. It's just that people don't really try the utmost hardest when it comes to ranked, when it comes to like trying to communicate properly. Because game Overwatch is so team reliant and communication, because you have like so lack of vision, so to say, when it comes to like maybe you don't have a minimap and so on. So what you really need is that you need constant communication, constant updates, but that doesn't really happen. It happens once in a while, like very rarely, rather, unless you like play in a 6-stack, if you play like in a stack basically. But that's like what streamers is so basically upset about, and what makes them like kind of lose interest in the game, because it's just not taking to its full potential basically.
Yeah.
It gives you a carrot to chase after every single time you play. You always have something to work towards, getting as much endorsements as you can, so you can like kind of have that authority. Because one of the things that is also like, well, why should I listen to you? What do you know about the game really? Like, when it comes to just like two random guys who's just playing for fun while trying to be better, of course, or get better, and just constantly chasing after that carrot, constantly having that sort of authority in a sense, saying that I'm getting a lot of endorsements here, maybe like listen up, maybe we can do this. Well, if it doesn't work out, well, that's unfortunate. Just better luck next time.
Let's say, for example, you're like the lead developer of Overwatch. For one decision, you can buff a hero, rework a hero, delete a hero from the game. What would you do with that one decision? How would you balance Overwatch?
Give Hanzo 2000 HP.
Oh, great. That's perfect then. We're done here. We're done. We can go now. No, but like, what kind of stuff do you feel is like, kind of like under the covers, a little bit of a problem in Overwatch that nobody's really discussing?
I think just the synergy between us and Yara and Mercy. Well, I'm not I don't really know what you can really do about that other than adding more heroes, just adding more abilities into the game. So you have to think about a lot more when it comes to like just basically like just the game, because like what it is right now is that you play kind of slow, you set up, you play like a kind of perfect game, so to say, because you want to execute and you want to do it perfectly. However, if you would say, like, if you would add a hero that is something similar to a lot of disturbance when it comes to, like, just checking corners or just, like, have high mobility, basically. Maybe not exactly high mobility, but just something that is really strong, stationary. However, just something that is very high disturbance when it just comes to gameplay, where he can always disturb this perfect type of mindset gameplay. I think that would be something that would really, like, shake up massively. Brigitte kind of have done that, but she also promotes this really slow gameplay. So, I mean, she's the disturbance, but not the correct type of high-speed disturbance, I would say.
She causes a lot of more problematic synergies and stuff, and like I think almost augments Zenyatta, and Mercy, that just makes them stronger. You mentioned sort of needing something else maybe to challenge the Zenyatta Mercy thing. Hero 28 will be out in like a couple of weeks at this rate. Like, what would you like to see there? Another support, an off tank, a main tank? Like, what kind of hero and role does the team need? Granted that there's no longer attack or defense heroes, it's all damage. Like, do we need another one of them?
I'm not really sure what would like benefit Overwatch the most, or how like what I really wanted to see. Like, kind of something I'm really interested in something like similar to, you say, like Monkey Leap with a sort of Doomfist type of playstyle, but instead of like doing one shots or just like doing like high burst damage, something that just like controls people all the time. Instead of, it's not stuns, it's more like kind of maybe a little bit of slows, maybe a little bit like of like booping ability, maybe something like that. Something that just like that you can control positioning from the enemy team while having like high mobility, so that you're not an easy target to just like, pick off from the Widow and so on.
Like Doomfist or something.
Yeah, basically Doomfist, just not the one-shot ability.
Well, couldn't Doom, like, I think I spoke to Chipser about this actually, of like, Doomfist is by definition a brawler, like he likes to punch up the tanks as much as possible. So you mean something that's quite like that? It seems that D.Va was one of those heroes that the reason why she is so good is she fulfills different roles. She's good at mitigating damage, but she's also an assassin that could dive people. She's like a glorified Genji or like Tracer almost, just diving on people.
Yeah, no, it's exactly something like towards that I'm looking towards, but it's more towards like a... When it comes to that slow, I was thinking like he just jumps in and he leaps on people and either like just stuns, not exactly stun them, but like just gets them stuck in the ground, or just like getting like a massive slow on them, or whoever he jumps onto, like something like that is just like a massive crowd control basically. I think that would change a lot of things when it comes to just like how you kind of proceed the game. I mean, you won't really have much damage, but if they spread out, you're gonna be able to just wreck them basically.
Basically what is a new hero in the game currently is new Symmetra, like a big rework. I don't imagine anybody like you or any of the other pros have really spent too much time playing on her. What do you think it's going to be like? Do you think it's going to make the game a lot worse because it's Symmetra, like all of the troll picks are like coming out in full force now? How good do you think she's going to be, and where is she going to be really good or bad?
I think she's going to be ridiculously broken.
Amazing. Like, great. There's going to be more. Why do you think that?
I think that because of her TP ability, and not because she does like a high damage with her left or right click. I think she's going to become a really interesting hero, but ridiculously broken. Obviously, this is just theory, but when it comes to the weakness of tank comps, basically, is that Orisa, just high damage, basically, high spam, just kind of like kills it, basically. He just kills their whole momentum, but however, you can play with lots of healing with an Ana Mercy. Let's just go with an Ana Mercy basically, and instead of using that Lucio to get to them, or you can keep Lucio, like however, you just use the TP to get to them. And instead of like the weakness of the tank comps is that high ground is not really something that you can contest. However, with the TP, just throw it down and then everybody's up there already.
Do you see, if we're still talking about Symmetra, because you kind of see what heroes, like you mentioned Ana there, which is really interesting. If Symmetra goes into the game as is, if not just a little bit less broken, should we say, what kind of heroes do you think indirectly perhaps are going to be stronger or weaker because of the addition of Symmetra? Because like, I feel like people aren't really talking about it because they don't know what's going to happen, but what heroes do you think, oh, if Symmetra becomes more popular, Ana might do because of long range healing?
I think if Symmetra becomes really popular, like Symmetra goes through with everything, like I'm not really looking at the damages or anything, I'm just specifically looking towards the TP. I think that LUCIO defense is almost gonna be a must-have, and Orisa, like slow comps when you see on Luna, for example, they're holding up close, they're spamming. I don't think Junkrat is gonna go away, but I think Orisa as a hero is just gonna go away against the Symmetra because of the TP ability and always being able to get close to them. And because of that, because they get close, you kind of need that speed to be able to run away from them, because they are basically in your face and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, maybe you manage to kill the TP, I'm not really sure like HPs and like how fast you can really kill the TP, but you can still throw that around corners, you can throw that on high ground, they can't really contest that and like whatnot in that area. So I think when it comes to making heroes more viable, I think Ana could be one. I mean, she's just that one type of hero that is like, she can do so much on her own. It's just that one or two heroes kind of like mitigates everything that she can do. But I think Lucio on defense, like in defense matter, would just become like almost a must pick against the Symmetra.
So it sounds like, you know, we just spoke about literally like Zenyatta and Mercy needing to be like dethroned and challenged. From what you've just said to me there, Ana, Lucio being played more, that sounds like a good thing almost.
It could be, or it could just be ridiculously broken and the tanks is just rushing you over.
Amazing. Like basically Goat Comp, but like a lot worse.
Oh, a lot worse.
And finally, where can people find you on your sort of socials, and where can they find you probably playing Overwatch? Not Realm Royale, just Overwatch. Where can people find that?
You can find me over on Twitch by the name of just Tviq, or you can find me on Twitter by Misfits Tviq.
Yeah, no worries, it's going to be in the description below. But thank you very much for watching. Do let us know what you think of all this. Symmetra could fix or break the game, according to Tviq, so let us know what you think of that. Thanks for watching, take care, we'll see you next time.